Guys, I can't get this game out of my head. I don't know if it's the overexposure or if it's just that good of a game, but when I close my eyes, I see Sans. This script is written in papyrus font. It's freaking me out.
Oh, and in case you can't tell, there's gonna be spoilers and stuff for Undertale. All the endings, obviously. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. There's spoilers.
Okay, but seriously, what is it with this game that makes it so special? Don't get me wrong, this isn't really a bad thing, and Undertale is in fact one of my favorite games of all time. It's just that it's been around 9 months, longer than most internet fads last, with no second game or other reason to talk in sight, and people are still writing Mary Sue fanfics about Sans and Asriel, still making fan games that contradict everything the game stands for, and still drawing weirdly arousing fan art of Undyne. And while the whole seeing Sans thing in the intro was a joke, and I make these scripts in Notepad++, so I can't change the font, unfortunately, I'm rather serious when talking about how I can't stop thinking about this game. Until a short while ago, you couldn't get me to talk about anything but Undertale, and look at the TV tropes page! There's an equivalent amount of material here to Mass Effect, another of my favorite games, which is a AAA 3-game series! And don't get me started on Tumblr and DeviantArt, because, well, I don't want to touch the places because, you know, I ran out of bleach when I was cleaning my bathroom, and yeah, I'm not touching the places without bleach. Anyway, like I said, this game's fandom has survived for quite a while, longer than a more recent craze, Five Nights at Freddy's, which died down quickly after the 4th game was released. And while one may argue that Undertale has more substance than FNAF, and I agree with you without hesitation, Five Nights at Frederick's at least had the advantage of confusing lore that bred theories like E. coli at body temperature. When you look at Undertale, it doesn't even have that much content. All replay value is skewered once you get the true ending, and in the age of wikis, replay value in a story-driven game is a joke, since anything you'd miss playing is easily patched up by a quick visit to aforementioned TV tropes. The game even downright begs you to stop playing once you achieve true pacifist. The game world isn't particularly expansive either. It's fairly linear, actually, which is a shame because Undertale hosts a game world that's quite nice to exist in. Like Mass Effect, I would live in Undertale's world as myself, without hesitation if given the opportunity, even as a background character or just a normal person living there, because it's so interesting and captivating. I honestly wouldn't mind a sequel if done right, because it means that I'd get to explore more of the underground. That's hypothetical, though, since the game only lets us traverse a small chunk from the underground. Like I said, it's fairly linear. So, what drives Undertale? Yeah, Undertale. It's a new rock. So, what drives Undertale? Why, after this long, is there still a fandom for this game, making dedicated YouTube channels and contradictory fan games? Well, I've been beating around the bush for long enough, so let's grab our toy knives, just say no to Temflakes, hide that stash of Undyne porn I know you have, and let's find out. First, let's state the obvious. This game is just well made. Sound design is great, okay, the controls could use some work, but the art style is pretty appealing, and the soundtrack is eargasmic. Just listen to the awesomeness playing in the background of this video. It's the Undertale music. Even after the game is a memory, the songs will stay with you, either playing in your head or playing on your MP3 player if you were a sensible person and bought the soundtrack bundle. That's simple, though. Other games have had great soundtracks and great design. We'll have to dig deeper to get the answers we're looking for. Good thing I picked my Minecraft character as my cartoon avatar, am I right? Okay, let's wrap it up, get to the theory. Okay. One possible factor is that this game handles characters so differently. In Undertale, every encounter, be it with a boss or a simple enemy, has personality. Take Luke's, a basic enemy, for example. At first you'd attack him, but then you realize he doesn't want to kill you. He just doesn't want you to pick on him, and apparently the most logical reason to make you not pick on him is to try and attack you with bullet hell. It's Undertale. He's not evil, he's just insecure. Like all of us, deep down, and so you build compassion for even the basic monsters. Undertale has an uncanny habit of introducing you to characters and almost immediately making you feel something about them, be it compassion, endearment, or hatred. In this game, you don't even have to fight the boss. You can befriend him. You just have to figure out how, play your cards right, learn their likes and dislikes, deal with their quirks, and finally learn enough about them to be a true friend. Like in real life. Therefore, if you make a friend like you would in real life, you start to see them. How would you see a friend in real life? Yes, it may be the characters and the fact that you put effort and actual care into befriending them like you would in the real world. It's definitely a piece of the puzzle in Undertale's success, but QWERTY Holmes is not done yet. And sitting right next to that piece in the game's jigsaw puzzle is its moral. This game's message is that your actions have consequences, damn it. And a simple lesson, you may be thinking, sitting on your real chair in the real world, unless you're one of those weirdos who has a standing desk on which you're standing on your real floor in the real world. And you might be thinking, who doesn't know that other than kindergartners? In video games, however, this is a message not so easily conveyed. Think about the last game where you actually had consequences. Ones that actually meant something. A game where you couldn't get out of something simply by reloading a save, and in fact, the save probably had consequences. There simply isn't one. Until now. And it doesn't make you feel cheated like that one section at the beginning of Chrono Trigger or whatever it was. Simply because the game is entirely built around this entire concept of consequence. In Undertale, killing your enemies slowly corrupts you into the sociopathic douchebag known as Chara, the one who caused this whole mess and the first child to fall down Mount Ebot. Since you decided to kill everybody, everyone will stand in your way in a desperate attempt to stop you, but you've level grinded too much for them, so you kill them too. And then Sans and Flowey reveal that your power to reload saves isn't just a gameplay element, it's an actual part of the story, and not even exclusive to you. Then, when you finally beat the game, defeating the hardest bosses and time again rejected the chance to go from genocide to neutral, the world is destroyed, and you have to pay to get the game back from your character. The price? Your soul. It doesn't end there. So you killed everyone in cold blood for giggles. But now you want to go straight. Play the true pacifist run. But instead of getting a happy ending like those who never completed the genocide run, this happens. Ugh, I think she did more than eat Frisk's pie. At this point, or at the point of the Photoshop Flowey boss fight in the Nutra run, it should have sunk in that things just got real. And not even you are above consequence. The message of this game, as well as its intense way of presenting it, is definitely another piece in this puzzle. But, Watson, we need more. But what else is there? I feel like I missed something under characters, and this game's choice system has something to do with it too. Let's see here. It's somewhere in here. Oh, there we go. Good old Frisk/Char/ whatever the player's name is. Your character is very nondescript, with a stoic expression, simple 8-bit detailing, and being referred to by gender-neutral pronouns. Their only distinguishing characteristic is a purple striped shirt, something anyone would wear. Their hair could pass for a short-haired girl or a long-haired boy, and their skin is yellow for the same reason that Lego minifigures are yellow. To be so nondescript and generic that it's easy to insert any likeness you want onto the character, including yourself. Combine that with the fact that Toby Fox, the creator of the game, encourages you to name the fallen child after yourself, although you do find out that your character isn't actually named that, the little green-shirted douche that beat you to falling down the mountain is. But even then, when the fallen child lunatic version is shown, their face is obscured, at times so conspicuously it's comical. It's clear that the two characters are meant to represent the player, letting you fully immerse yourself in this world. Obviously, not Frisk or Chara, but you are on this adventure. And, well, that's definitely a piece, but I still feel like I'm missing something from earlier. But I covered all of these reasons. What's missing? There's this feeling in my gut that I get when I'm playing this game, / thinking about this game. And I've looked at everything, even the intro. Wait. The intro. Oh my god. Of course! It all makes sense. It was hidden right in front of us the entire time. Literally, it's in the front of the video. In the intro, I talked about how I'd live in Undertale's world in a heartbeat, like Mass Effect, and, well, what do the worlds have in common? They're like our world. Sure, there might be monsters and death and spaceships, but in Mass Effect, there's still parts of our world. Racism, politics, annoying reporters, everything in our society is there. We just have more technology and aliens thrown into the mix in Mass Effect. However, this only touches the surface aspects of our lives. In Undertale, it's similar to our world and its underlying principles. Ongoing consequences, making friends like you would IRL, experiencing things from the viewpoint of yourself and not a character. People actually having complex motivations, logical effects of their past, and weird quirks. Where most game worlds use tabletop gaming as a basis, intentional or not, Undertale uses the real world as its basis. Most games feel fundamentally different from our world because there's something fake feeling about the entire thing. But not Undertale. When looking at the game from this angle, the 8-bit styling is genius. Characters, including your own, have enough detail to distinguish them from the others, but overall the fine details of appearance, or in the protagonist's case, all of the details, are up to the player. That also explains why there's so much creepy furry fan art. Never thought I would say that in my life. It also explains how linear the game is. You fill in the details of this world, and it parallels your world. You only experience the small parts that you need to, so you can create the rest of this world to mirror your own in the rest of the area. And once again, once Undertale builds the foundation of its world, it adds the filling. Towns, characters, and all the immediately obvious stuff. The soundtrack is just the icing on the delicious, delicious cake. And Undertale is practically the perfect game for escapists like myself, as it not only replicates our world in the game without all the fake feelingness that I talked about in other games, but it also removes all the crappy parts and replaces them with interesting ones. Tired with your life's daily grind? Then go on an epic adventure with your friends. Death? Screw death! Who cares about death? Why not put in a cute, evil genius flower that's also your goat bro in its place? Going to the bathroom? Nope! Food directly becomes energy for your body. Boring game shows? Why not turn on cooking? Watch that killer robot beat up heel-turning villains. On a quiz show? Is fighting in other games monotonous? BAM! Bullet hell! Are you sick of politicians and people ordering you around? Why not live under the rule of a flower-loving, compassionate monster king? The list goes on, and as you get sucked into the world of the underground, you subconsciously register that, well, this is basically real life 2.0. And if you and a bunch of other people could have an adventure as yourselves in something that's exactly like the real world in tenor, but is better in pretty much every way, as well as creating your own works and stories about your adventures, wouldn't you want to keep talking about it? Being a direct upgrade to everyday existence. That is what's up with Undertale. Thanks for watching. I mean it.